April the 2nd, bird arrivals and departures. There is some variation as to when migrating birds make their first appearance this month, but the general sequence is regular enough. More recently, some birds, for example chiffchaff, blackcap and Chetty's warbler, are choosing to remain in Britain as our winters are becoming less severe, and this adds a little more confusion. Those traditionally associated with early April are the sand martin, blackcap, sedge warbler, whitethroat and tree pipit. The numbers of goldfinches may also increase due to an influx of visitors from France and Spain. Having just arrived, all these birds have a habit of turning up in unexpected places and then moving on. Some birds, such as thrushes, travel by night, whilst others, such as chaffinches, prefer the day. Thrushes can often be heard at night, even if they are not seen. The birds usually associated with the second week of April are swallows, willow warblers, and yellow wagtails. Willow warblers are usually first noticed when we hear their unusual descending cadence of notes. The wagging tail and the pure primrose colour seen near water generally betrays the first yellow wagtail. It can be separated from the resident grey wagtail by its greenish or brown back compared with the slate grey back of the grey wagtail. Swallows are a major herald of our summer to come. They are now returning to their favoured nesting sites, such as the gables on old farm buildings. As with all long-distance migrants, weather and other events conspire to interfere with any precise arrival time. In the past, many Londoners, including Dr. Jobson, believed they dived into ponds for the winter and arose out of them phoenix-like in the second week of April. Equally extraordinary is the fact that they may have spent the last month flying 6,000 miles from South Africa, which is where some may have chosen to spend their winter. In the middle of the month, whinchats and lesser whitethroats arrive, whereas the heavyweights, such as nightingales and cuckoos, generally wait till the third week. Both of the latter two birds are now rarely heard within London's boundaries, and only then because they happen to be passing through. However, a visit to Buckham Common could be rewarded by hearing both. The female cuckoo has a distinct bubbling reply to the male's familiar cuckoo. In Britain, both birds are quintessentially associated with the start of summer. In other parts of Europe, this accolade is given perhaps to the first oyster catcher or even starling. A very rare bird that could possibly arrive at this time is the wryneck. It was once called a cuckoo's servant, as it just preceded the cuckoo. Its name derived from its peculiar habit of turning its head till it rests on its back, giving the impression it is dead. It has a pee call, which has given rise to its other name, the pea bird, although this call now must be one of the rarest of all April sounds. Other rare migrants now passing could include ring plover, sandpiper, wood warbler, nightjar, and ringoozle. Among the raptors, hobbies, and even ospreys could also make an appearance. Towards the end of the month, it is time to look out for garden warblers, turtle doves, redstarts, and even grasshopper warblers. House martins in good years may now be arriving in substantial numbers. Their return to the same house they reared a family last year is another much anticipated moment, as is watching them collect mud from nearby puddles to upholster their old nests. When they have first arrived back, they fly continually around their old nest, trying to decide whether to use it again or build a new one. There are still a few birds leaving London for habitats which they prefer to breed in. There are also some that find a place they like in the city and then decide to stay. The large number of water birds leaving our lakes makes them seem quite barren compared to midwinter. Birds still leaving may include pochard, wigeon, teal, pintail, shelduck, merganser, divers, and possibly even common scoters. There may even be a few straggler redwings, fieldfares, bramlings, and siskins. Large blackback gulls will now have left to breed further north, leaving their juveniles behind. Black-headed gulls are still leaving for their preferred high moorland sites in the north of England, and common gulls even further north in Scotland. It is mainly immature gulls left that we see congregating along the edge of the Thames. Herring gulls can still be seen on landfill sites. Other birds moving north, also just passing through London, could include curlew, greenshank, ruff, common sandpiper, redshank, and yellow-legged gull. Rainham Marsh is a good place to see all these casuals, and it is also worth listening at night for any overhead migrants.